Hello, people. Welcome back. I'm Victoria Yoosuff, aka Vicola. Today, we're going to be talking about pressure in relationships. Parents are putting their children under pressure to get married. Parents are putting their children on undue pressure.
How are you? How's the family and work, everything?
Fine. Excellent.
All right. Hope you're good. How do you feel joining us this evening?
I'm excited as usual.
Okay. Hello.
Hello, I can hear you.
All right, but Vico, so we've got a topic to talk about today, which is overcoming the pressure to marry.
Yeah. That's an amazing topic because it's something that affects both the male and the female.
Okay.
And a lot of people get under pressure due to several things. Some people are pressured because of their parents. Their parents could be comparing their own time, forgetting that these days things are different. Some parents married maybe at the age of 18, especially for ladies. Maybe they just came out of secondary school or from 4, as they used to call it. And because of that, maybe their own mothers, helped them to link up with one uncle and one brother just got married to them and all that. So they think and they feel that their own daughters also should marry early, maybe at 20 or 22, 24, 25, and they start asking them that how far is it nobody coming. Sometimes also because some parents finish school quite early, or maybe they didn't even go to university. They just started work as a clerk somewhere. And at the age of 24, 25, 28, they get married. So they feel their children also should follow suit, forgetting that a lot of people have different ideas about marriage and different reasons why they want to get married. Some men also are pressured because of society. The father is like, by this age, I've finished giving birth to all my children. So what are you waiting for? It's not that you're not working. There are several things that people are looking for when they want to get married. So pressure has been on everybody, on every sex, both the male and the female. Now it depends on how each person manages it.
All right.
Sorry, boss, Victoria, I think I have a question for you. What if it happens to be that in this marriage, at what age is due for a girl or a male, let's just say for the female to get married? At what age?
Must it always be the female?
Let it be the female first now.
But Vico?
Yeah.
All right. Do you get him?
Yes, I did. I heard him clearly.
All right.
Now, for ladies, it's expected that between 21 and 27, you would have either been through with school and maybe you were doing something, maybe a work or a business, you have a skill. And from those age, it's expected, it's expected that you are ready for marriage. But it's not a compulsory thing. It's not a must that, at 24 you must marry. At 22 you must be in your husband's house. Or at 27 you must have had 2 or 3 children. It's just expected because of our society. That does not mean that if you marry at 28, 30, 32, it does not mean that you won't still have a blissful home. And for guys, it's expected that from 25 to at least 30 years, you should be married or you should be thinking of getting married soon. But that doesn't mean that if you are at 28 as a guy and you're not married yet, it doesn't mean you're stupid, or it doesn't mean you don't think about marriage or you don't want to get married. So different people have different perspective about marriage and the age to marry, but these are just the major expectations of people, especially in Africa.
Sorry, but again, what if in a situation whereby you be like, I'm still young and you're chasing a man coming for you? You're chasing those men coming for you because you're saying, I still have time, and they are going. What will you do? Is it not better for you to just do the meeting? Maybe if 2 or 3 or probably 4 men are coming for you, to get married to you? Or is it not? I would have to say you're being pressured on that, or you're not ready.
It's very common sometimes that ladies at maybe 18, 20, 22, 23 are surrounded by people that are always saying, I want to marry you, I want to marry you. It's normal. So any lady that has discovered purpose, that already has an idea of what she wants to do with her life, if she gets an opportunity like that, with good mentorship, with good guidance, she can go ahead and get married. But a lot of people, a lot of ladies are carried away and they say, oh, I'm still young, I just got admission, oh, I want to still flex small. I want to still experience life. So at 21, they're thinking, oh, I'm too young. I had a case like that some years ago where this guy dated this lady for a year. No, for about 5 years, 5 years. And he was hoping that, okay, they will get married. And by the time they have dated already for 5 years, she was just 22 years old. And then the guy proposed to the lady. Do you know what this lady said? She said, I'm too young. I still want to enjoy life small. If I marry now, that means I will not club again. That means I will not go out again. My husband will start controlling me. We spoke to her that it doesn't matter. If you have the right perspective of life and you have the right set of people around you, you can actually get married. If that man can take care of you, if he can take care of you, if you people are compatible, if you can trust each other, if you are attracted to each other with the right counsel and the right set of people, you can go ahead and get married. Stop delaying yourself, because a lot of things that we are carrying on our head is not what God has for us. There is no time. You know that usually in Africa, we feel that ladies have a particular time. Then after that time, people might not rush you again. So between the age of 21 to 25, you will see single guys coming to marry you. You will see married men toasting you. You will see even divorcee coming. So that is the right time for you to settle and say, oh, who among these people can I actually be compatible with? My visions for life, my hopes and dreams. Who among these people can settle it with me, can help me, and who can I help also? But it's unfortunate that a lot of people are just carried away with, oh, my daughter is too young. I had a person around me some time ago, I think it was last year, she was telling me. Now she's about 35, and nobody is coming again. She said when she was very little, about 18 years old, there was a particular man that said, don't worry, madam. Even she has not finished secondary school, she will finish secondary school. No, I think she was about writing WAEC. He said, I will help her. She will finish, I will send her to university. I am serious about your daughter. The mother asked her that, what do you know about love? And asked the young girl also, what do you know about love? You people are saying you love each other. Do you know from that time till today, nobody else has spoken to that lady? And now this man is married, he has properties, he has done so many things. And now the lady came to me and said, see what my mother has done for me. And now the same mother is the one pressuring her to bring a husband home. So sometimes our parents are not guided. They don't see the future in some brothers or in some guys or in some ladies. They say, no, my daughter is too young, or she cannot marry now. And before you know, they hold on to their daughters. Or they'll say, oh, I want my daughter to go to school. She must finish master's or first degree before she can get married. That is a good dream. But at least try and look outside the box sometimes. If it keeps coming for your daughter in marriage.
I believe you heard what caller said.
Oh, I couldn't hear him very well.
Okay, so sorry for that. The video and sometimes transmission, okay? And he was like also admitting to what he said, saying that the parents should not be pressurizing their own children to get married. So before we do that, we still go ahead and for your own take on this topic, because I still have a question too. And the question is concerning this situation of marriage. Marriage is a thing and a time. Like when it comes to start, I have a woman. This woman, she gets old. She's been around in her 50s, and her first daughter is 28. And this man has been, let me not say pressurizing, this man has been asking his daughter, okay, fine, give me a child.
At least.
At least give me a child. Even if you are not getting married, you don't want to get married, give me a child. Is it advisable for such
For parents
to be advising their child and just give me a child to whom?
That is extremely wrong. Do you know that's one of the reasons we have baby mama syndrome going around all over the world? Because some parents are just pressurizing their children. I want to carry my own grandchildren. I want to have grandchildren. So person already has 5 grandchildren. When will you marry? It's totally wrong. Children outside wedlock isn't the best. Or you pressurizing your children to get married just because you want to have grandchildren is also wrong. You are not considering the happiness of your daughter or your son. You are not considering the maturity of these people. You are not considering whether they are ready financially, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Marriage takes a lot and demands a lot. I remember that while I was writing my book, that majorly my book on who should I marry consists several things that one has to consider before you get married. Then I have another book on questions why singles ask. You don't just pressurize your children, you help them get ready. You ask them questions, you support them, you advise them, you help them get ready. You don't just say, oh, because you are now 24, I got married at 18. Oh, yeah, bring children, no. Or because you are now 50 or 80 or 60 years old, you pressurize your children on just getting married to any man or any woman. Or you start telling them, don't you see sister so person? She's singing very well. Because of that, you think she can take care of children, take care of your son. Or because a lady is beautiful, you just say, hey, marry a fair lady. Marry somebody that is hardworking. Hardworking doesn't mean she's supportive or submissive. Marriage, like I said the last time I was in the studio, that it entails a lot. Taking care of animals, controlling animals is easy, but relating with human beings is extremely difficult. Because if you tell an animal like these cows that we see all around, don't you notice that once, even if it's a small boy, he can just speak a language or tap his hand or whistle, and all the cows or the rams will follow suit. They will follow and turn to the direction he wants them to go to. But children, adults, human beings are not like that. If you tell them sit down, they will tell you okay. But like a story I heard, the boy said, now I'm sitting down physically, but in my mind I am still standing. That is how complex human beings are. So don't pressurize your children to say, oh, marry a banker or study social course just because you think that is the right way for them. It's better to pray and let God lead you and let God lead your children to marry at the time and at the person they want and the right time also.
Oh, let's go back to Boss Victoria. Hello, Boss Victoria.
Hello.
All right. Thank you for hanging up. Thank you so much. All right. So back to our question. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. So I have this lady that her mates are getting married. She's still in school. They just graduated from school. They just wrote their final paper last week. And everybody around her seems to be getting married. Her parents are now telling her that she's true, that what is keeping her, that she don't know that time is going. But this lady is saying, Mama, Dada, I want to go for service, at least after youth service, before I think of marriage. But the parents are saying, no, that don't you know if you go for service now, when you come back, no man will want to look at you again, because they will say you are no more young, you are no more fresh, this, that you have exhausted the beauty in you. You know what I mean? So now the pressure is too much. And the person she's dating now, that person don't even have the resources for marriage. The person is not even thinking about marriage for now. And this lady is confused. What should she do? Is it that she should go and start looking for a man that is ready for marriage? Or she should just go for a youth service and never come back home until she gets a man to marry? See? So, but Vico, what would you advise this kind of lady?
Parents need to understand that as much as they love their children or their daughters or their sons, and they expect them to marry at a particular time, they should know that each child is different. Each person's destiny is different. The fact that her friends are marrying does not mean their friends will have children faster than her. It does not mean that those people that are married will be more successful than her. So everyone has a calling, has a destiny to fulfill. I remember that when I was still in university, I think about 200 level, we had just entered 100 level, we finished our exams, we were about writing 200 level exam first semester. And then this lady, my best friend then, got married. In fact, I was her chief bridesmaid. And then I suddenly just woke up one day. I said, me too, I want to marry. My friend has married. I want to marry. I want to marry. And I was the one putting pressure on myself. Then I told the person I was dating then that, I want to marry you. This also person has married. When the guy told me that the fact that she married doesn't mean you have to marry. Do you know that that lady did not finish school because she married?
Wow.
Until now, she is not a graduate of BA English University of Abuja.
Oh my
She
God.
had to drop out of school. So the fact that a particular person is dressing in a particular cloth does not mean you have to break your head to join them. Because somebody is getting married or having children. Do you know some people will marry early? They will wait for 5 years because maybe God wanted them to wait for that long. Some people will wait for 15 years, 20 years. Some people even marry as virgin. Doesn't mean they are going to have everything smooth for them.
Yes.
So parents should understand that life, everybody's life and journey is different. This lady, if you are listening to us, don't run and go ahead to marry somebody you are not ready for, or somebody that is not ready to marry you yet. Because this is what makes some ladies to pressurize the man to marry.
Yes, I sorry to just do that, but I think after this, there's some situation in a situation whereby this woman, the woman actually gave this man a green light. I don't know if you understand me. That that yes, I'm going to marry, and this young man has been doing everything possible to keep this woman and the relationship he's having with the family. And later on, the lady comes back to be like, okay, fine, let me go for my service first before I will get married, and she'll be postponing it. What is it? What do you have to say? Is it that from the first time she should just open up that I'm not serious and using the man, and later on going back that no, I'm being pressurized by you or my family members. I just want to enjoy my youthful age first.
The man should know that the lady is not ready.
Wow.
That is just it. When a lady is ready, she will be the one asking how far. When are we fixing the date? When are you coming to see my parents? When am I coming to see your parents? But ladies the thing is, you need to ask her questions directly and indirectly. Are you ready for marriage? Do you really want to marry me? Because some ladies might not want to marry the guy, but they just want him to still be around. While they are searching, their searchlight is still high up, looking. Okay, will I see somebody better?
Wow.
So sometimes they don't want to totally leave the guy. Maybe the guy is being friendly, generous to her, and then she's still hoping that there's something about this guy I can't really settle with. So let me keep looking. Maybe I'll see another person that will be more generous, more listening, caring, compatible with me, somebody that can help me and push me to succeed in life. But let me not let this guy go yet. Just in case I don't see any other person better than him, I have somewhere, a plan B to rest on. So ladies who are really ready will come out and tell you, oh, when are we doing this? When are we doing that? So ask the lady direct and blunt question. That saved somebody that I know headaches, because he kept traveling around looking for this lady, calling her, how far, let's go, this and that. To the extent, one day he just said, he felt it was God that made him ask that question. He said, how far? Do you really want to marry me? Do you really love me? Because when I ask you certain things, you say, oh, my mother said, My pastor said. So when he asked those direct questions to her, where they were alone, no influence of father or mother or pastor or anybody, the lady now opened up and said, really, you're a nice guy, you're very caring, you're very thoughtful, you're always the first person to do this and do that for me, always around me to support and encourage me, but I'm not ready to get married. As in, she just said it, as in, you're about to say, oh, Jabo, as in, she just said it. And maybe that was what helped him. The guy was heartbroken for a while. He came for counseling and, all that. But throughout, now the person has been married for almost 10 years. So imagine if he didn't ask direct question. So ladies, if you think one guy is around you for too long and he's not serious about the relationship, ask direct questions. I have a book on that. Ask direct questions about their upbringing and everything. Are they married? Are they ready for marriage? Are they ready to settle down with you? Because they could be ready for marriage with somebody else. They could be in a relationship with somebody else, but they are not ready to settle with you. So don't just waste your time waiting for a guy or a lady. Oh, 2 years, 3 years, she will soon come. She will soon finish school. She will be ready now. She will soon be ready. Ask direct questions to know your faith so that you can either continue with them or move on.
Okay, but Vico,
Yes.
you said age is just a number, right? There are some people that this age is no longer a number to them. When you see them, immediately you sight them, you know that, this one is after this one is after that. All right, and that brings me to this question. Even as a saying that love conquers all, this story, true life story of a man that intends getting married to one lady, not too far like that. And when the both of them love themselves, yes, but when this man took the lady home for introduction, the younger one, the parents, they all laughing at their brother, their son. That, is it that girls don't finish when you go bring mama age mate come? And now they didn't do this behind the lady. They acted this drama in her presence. This lady left that family in a shameful, how do I even put this now? And when she got home, she almost killed herself. The first ladies out there, they are being pressurized that because of their age, they are not even looking at if the man has anything doing or the man is even good to go, or because people are pressurizing them. People are telling them, you are getting old. Don't you know, by 40, you'll not be able to give birth, or by 40 this, you'll not be able to give birth. How would you advise this kind of ladies?
I will give you
a must to get married.
I will give you 2 sets of advice to this set of people. Number 1, what are you doing in the present? What are you doing during your single age? It could be that some people will say age is not on your side, but there are several other people who have discovered purpose, who are doing something tangible for themselves, for their society, and for God. That by the time God would decide to help them to get married, they will get married to an amazing man, to an amazing woman that will love them genuinely. It's unfortunate that many people will still talk. Do you know that even when you marry young, people will still talk? Hey, her husband is older than her. See how she's pregnant. Do you know that this woman now, she looks older than this man now? So don't listen to what people will say. I won't marry anybody. I know somebody, before I got married several years ago, that, because of this age thing, she was already almost 40. No, 42. She was already 42, and she told my brother that, because of this, I will marry just any man. And that is exactly what she did. She married just any man. Now, the man uses her car, which isn't bad, okay, because they are now one. But the man does not work. He does not support the family. He does not do anything at all. And now she's regretting it greatly. So don't pressurize yourself because of what people will say. Rather, discover purpose. Do something tangible. Even if you are young, don't say, I still have time, and the man will marry me like that. If you are old also, don't just say, my time don't pass. There is no time that has passed. Yes, I know physically looking, you might not look like 22 again or 28 again. But at least you can still dress nicely. You can still speak nicely. You can still have that ladylike courage, confidence about yourself, confidence about what you do. To the extent that any man that will be attracted to you will first see the value you are adding to yourself, to society, and then they will like you. Because men are attracted to confident ladies. The fact that you are 50 doesn't mean you should look shabby. The fact that you are 42, 43, and you are not yet married doesn't mean every time you go for a couples event or they invite you for program, say, my people, my age mates not go there. And then you just leave yourself anyhow. No man will marry me again. I know of a lady that got married at 49 and she's enjoying her marriage. So it's all about package and the value you want to add to that man. There are several people, men that are widowers, and they are looking for ladies to marry, and they are searching around. There are widowers that there are even people that are not widowers, but maybe they have a child somewhere. They are looking for a godly person, a lady that can take care of that child for them. Sincerely. And there are people that have never married before, guys that have never married before, that are 40, 45, and they are looking for elderly ladies. So don't write off yourself. Don't write yourself off. Don't say, because I'm not 38, nobody will like me again. If you package yourself well, and not because you want to deceive anybody, please. Not because you want to, do makeup and then try and do hairstyle or dresses to expose your body, thinking you will now look 25 when you're already 45. So, but sincerely speaking, you can add value to yourself. Be busy for God. Be busy for society. Do things that are meaningful, so that when that person comes, be like, oh boy, where was I all this while? And I never noticed this lady. Not that because you are now 50 or close to, you will not just carry one old synthetic hair. You would tie wrapper. You would, dress anyhow and feel that, my own is just to take care of my younger ones now. My younger ones to get married. I will take care of their children. Please, ladies and guys listening to us tonight, package yourself, add value, discover purpose, pursue God. And who told you that you are too old to get pregnant? Haven't you been hearing testimonies of people giving birth at 40, 60? In fact, when I had one, I was like, seriously, who will now help them to take care of their children? Do you know some people do IVF and they have triplets?
Wow.
And they have by that time, because they discovered purpose, they were doing other things for God, for society, for humanity. By the time they now had those children at old age, people are willing to even sow seed, take care of those children for them. Because they now say, this your testimony will work for my children, will work for social person. So please, don't overlook yourself and say, my time don't pass. Yes, age is important. Physical things are important. Biological stuff about pregnancy and life is important. But please, no matter what, God is most important. If you can have God in your life, there's nothing that God cannot turn around. I heard a testimony. Let me say this lastly. I heard a testimony that a lady was about either 45 or thereabout, and she was feeling, my time has gone. I will just take care of my younger ones' children. And those aunties, all her niece and nephews used to call her auntie. And she was listening to one message, and the pastor said, God said, I'm going to reduce your age by 15 years. That doesn't mean that you will just look younger, but certain things will happen. And in few months, a man came to propose to her, and about 6 months later, she got married, and they're still well, happy, and they are blissful. So please don't discourage yourself, and people around such people should encourage them rather than discouraging them.
That's right. Thank you so much, but Victoria.
You're welcome.
It's always a pleasure having you. You always dish it out the way it is. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Are you listening, boss? Hello, boss.
Hello, boss Vico.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, this message is
What?
for you.
Okay.
Say, good evening, boss. I love what I'm listening now, but I have a question and what I'm passing through now. I really want advice. My parents are pressurizing me of getting married now, and I am planning on leaving the house to go get my own apartment for them until when I am ready to get married. What should I do? This one is from Botusan, Botusan from Apo.
Running out
Did you
of
get
the
it?
house.
Before?
Yes, I heard.
Okay, all right. Please,
Running
what would
out
you
of the
advise?
house isn't the solution. They can still call you. Your friends also could pressurize you, and then you could expose yourself to unseen attention, temptation, and all that. So please, leaving the house isn't the solution. Rather, look for ways to communicate with your parents. You look for ways to communicate with your parents. A lot of ladies also say, you're not a small girl now, go and rent your own apartment. Or come and share with so person. You don't know who will like it or who will not like it. Do you know some guys will not want to get married to some ladies that are outside their parents' home?
Wow.
They'll say, oh, any lady, that is the mentality of some people. I am saying it again, some people. Some guys will say, oh, I don't like ladies that have left their father's house. It means they want to be, loose. And some other guys will say, I want to marry ladies that are under the father's roof so that I can trust her. That doesn't mean that ladies that are still under the father's house doesn't do wrongs, do some things that are not supposed to be.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is, what is your motive for wanting to go? Running away from pressure from your parents isn't the solution. Rather, look for ways to communicate to your parents. Is it that you are working or you're not working yet? Is it that your parents just want children, grandchildren? Communicate to them that, oh, these are my plans. Okay, I still want to go to school, or I still want to work and save. I still want to get the right set of person around me. I want to do some certain courses first before I get married. I want to achieve this and that in life. And after talking, go back and pray. Or better still, pray first. Now, as you want to talk to your parents, let them understand with you. Because, before I got married, my mom knows my husband's family and my husband. So when he proposed, my parents started calling. Have you said yes? Go and say yes now. We know him. And that pressure was so annoying. I know that some people on listening today might not have even seen the person, and the pressure is there. But pressure na pressure. It depends on how you are seeing it. So either you have somebody or you have not gotten anyone, and your parents are pressurizing you to do certain things. Please take your time. Define your life. Know what you want. I remember I kept telling my parents then. I said, this person, as much as I know him, as much as you know him, it is me that will live in the marriage with this person.
Exactly.
As in, that made my parents to calm down for a while. I said, see, you people have been telling me, follow God, do this, marry right, marry a God-fearing person. Yes, it might look like this. I want to hear from God. It sounded like, in fact, there was a point my mom said, you are stubborn, you are this and that. Are we going to see hole and we will push you into it? I said, I'm not saying that, but I needed to hear from God. So what are you hearing from God? What do you want to do in that marriage? Are you ready? In this time that you are still with your parents, add value to yourself. Add value to your parents. Let your parents see that, okay, you have a plan for your life. And you are working with a plan according to what God has in store for you. Try to cope with the pressure, not by disrespecting your parents. Please honor your parents by all costs. Have your own plan. Find out God's plan. Then communicate with the people that are putting you under pressure. It could be your boss. It could be your parents. It could be your friends. Communicate with them that, please, God's time is the best. What I need now is prayers. I know somebody that the parents were, you must marry. You are getting old. You are 30 something. Now your younger sister, your this and that has gotten married. I said, please pray for your son. Pray for your son. It's not about marrying. Can he sustain the home? Because we have a lot of issues. If I start talking about people that are having marital issues, we won't end tonight. We won't end this program tonight. So it's not about just getting married. It's about marrying right. Marrying the right person that will give this your children peace of mind. So sister, Boss Susan, as you're listening to me, look for the person you can trust, you are compatible with, you are attracted to, you share visions with. Don't let your mother or your father push you. And please do not disrespect them in the process.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much, Boss Victoria Yoosuff. With you, time no the end, though. Yeah, Victoria's boss. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you all for watching. God bless you. Do share this video if you like it, and make sure you leave a comment below. If there's any video you want me to do or any topic, let me know in the comment below. Thank you.